Hey guys, it's Jeff with Eternity Shore, and our really crappy season continues. Something else that happened, I got to the boat yesterday, just spent the night on the boat, but you might notice behind me that something is missing from our boat, and that would be our Sunpad. I have no idea what happened. Apparently they said it was really windy this last week, but was it that windy that the Sunpad that was snapped down blew off? If so, this is really disappointing. It is a beautiful day. It's cold. It's in the 50s. I might take the boat out. It's a Saturday morning at about 10 o'clock. I might take the boat out just because I'm pissed. I want to go do something. But just so tired of so many things happening this year. Unexplainable. So I'm going to go look for the Sunpad. It may have just sunk right here, but maybe it floated away and it's on one of these shorelines. And so I might as well take a peek. Alright, we're off. No Sunpad. Looking great. Alright, so the goal is to kind of look around. Banks of the river. See if we can find something. As I look for a Sunpad or something stuck in the water anywhere. Probably should turn on my Garmin so I know how deep it is here. So far, nothing. I doubt I'll find it, but gotta look anyway, just in case it came out and floated, got stuck somewhere. It is beautiful. The leaves are starting to change. You probably see that here in a couple shots they gave you. I should probably look up whether or not the thing sinks or floats. I kind of think it floats and then it sinks, like everything else. Cannot believe this. I can't believe the Sunpad is gone. I'm just beside myself about it. Just stopped the boat. It's so quiet. Still. Peaceful. All right. I'm just hanging out. Not an anchor. But I wanted to just talk through all the things that related to why we were on one engine for such a long time, either the port or the starboard. I might not get the order correct. Right out of the gate, we had what we thought was an oil leak in both outdrives. So we did a compression check on both out drives to make sure that we were not leaking oil there, which meant I needed to do the gear oil twice. One of those times, whenever we put the boat back in the water, I think it was the second time, we had our launch and then we had all that oil and we were trying to figure it out. So we pulled the boat out, did compression tests, determined that it wasn't leaking oil, redid the gear oil, and then when I put the boat back in, as I was going to the dock, the starboard engine overheated. Okay? So, on the starboard engine then, we did the following. The impeller was fine, but I changed the impeller. We had a leak in that housing to the impeller, so I replaced the housing to address the leak, thinking that that was causing the overheating. Then I've had a squeak on this fan belt the whole time, and I did replace that pulley, which did not solve the problem. I also replaced serpentine belt tensioner, which did not solve the problem of the squeaky fan belt. After that, to address the overheating, we replaced the thermostat. So we took the thermostat housing off, replaced the thermostat. Not necessarily related to overheating, but felt like we couldn't get on plane. We replaced the electric fuel pump. So far you see all the things that happened there. Once we replaced the thermostat housing, we no longer had an overheating problem on the starboard engine. Check. However, in the meantime, on the port engine, on our way to Solomon's, this hose right here burst. So we had two engines, but then that hose burst, and then we spent a month or maybe 6 weeks trying to get this part, this hose, attached to the port engine. That was a nightmare because it didn't fit correctly. We finally got the hose on. At this point, another thing that happened on the port engine, the power steering oil cooler broke and was spewing the power steering fluid everywhere. I can't even believe I forgot about that. Okay, so we couldn't use that engine, so we were using the starboard engine as well. Then we got that fixed because Joe, my mechanic, figured out how to basically bypass that whole thing so that we could go ahead and run the port side engine, which we did. However, after that took place was the oil cooler on that one burst, and we were losing power steering fluid. But it wasn't the power steering oil cooler. It turned out to be the power steering ram all the way in the back. Are you following? And now finally, once all the engines got back in the middle or late September, we were ready to go back on plane, and now the port side engine is overheating. So we think maybe it's the manifolds and risers. So all the things that we've done to these engines this year has been ridiculous. And then you add on top of that today, me coming to the boat, and our Sunpad is now gone. Just telling it like it is. But it is a beautiful day. That guy's not having a great day either. Having to be towed. I will say positively, we've had a lot of people on the boat. They just haven't gone very fast. And the other positive thing is it could have been one sort of catastrophic thing that the boat was out of the water all year. So the fact that the boat could be in the water for most of the year is a good thing, for sure. If anybody's in here. Nobody's home.
So got back safely by myself. It's tough, man. This is Jeff with Eternity Shore, and here's hoping for a better day. And you guys see my Sunpad, let me know.